Hey friends, it's Jenna and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a reselling favorites video. That's right, it's all the things that I used in February that I really loved and maybe helped me to be a little more efficient in my business. I thought I would share them with you, maybe they'll be useful. And I did this in January as well, so I'm going to go ahead and link that video up above so you can check that one out if you haven't seen it already. But I want to go ahead and get started, so let's jump into my first favorite, which is going to be this, well, it's kind of like a duo. So the first part of the favorite is this little like red plastic tool. So if you can see that there, it's just a plastic like scraper and it's actually called a Scotty Peeler. So the Scotty Peeler is really helpful in saving your nails. Like no one wants to mess up their beautiful manicure, and you know those annoying stickers that are on the bottom of either shoes or like if you go to a Nordstrom Rack or TJ Maxx, you buy stuff on clearance, you want to take off that clearance sticker. This little tool is going to work wonders because it's just perfectly shaped. It gets right under the edge of the sticker and helps you to scrape it up without messing up your nails. And the other part that goes along with it is this undo. The undo is like an adhesive remover and it's similar to Goo Gone. I know that's like a really popular one. However, with the undo, I feel like it doesn't leave behind any kind of like residue. It also dries really quickly. So like if you use it on a paper tag and you know it gets on the other part of the tag besides the sticker, it's still gonna come off easily and then it doesn't leave behind any kind of like oil or gook. So it just says undo remover for adhesives, tape, gum, tar, crayon, lip balm, grease, and more. So even if there's like a little bit of like gunk on the bottom of the shoe, like gum or you know stuff that someone stepped in, you can use this and then just scrape it off with the Scotty Peeler and then it's like new. So these two together are definitely a favorite of mine and I've been using this a lot. Like you can see it's already down to here, and you can order, Amazon sells refills, so you can just fill up this little bottle instead of having to order like a tiny bottle again. You can just order like a big refill and pour it in. So I have been loving that. And then my next favorite is something that has helped me to be more efficient when photographing. So I talked about this really briefly in my photography video, my setup, and this is going to be this Lazy Susan. So I can't really like demo it, I guess, but oh, there we go. What I do is I put my mannequin on the Lazy Susan and it just helps me to be able to spin her around, like, you know, take pictures quickly because I can do the front, I can spin it, I can take pictures of the back, and then boom, there we go. So I have been loving, this is like a super large one. I think it's 18 inches. I'm gonna link everything that I talk about down below so you can check it out. But this one does have like a ridge on the edge, so you need to make sure your mannequin can fit in here. The mannequin that I use has a round metal base which fits way inside this, so it's totally fine. But I know if you have like the wooden leg mannequins, it might not fit in here, and I have heard people using TV turntables instead of the Lazy Susan, so the TV turntable doesn't have like the edge around it. So I'll link both down below so you can see what might work for you, but this thing has been like a serious game changer for me. Okay, my next item is something that I want to talk about that people have been asking me because I've started to model some of my items again. So taking pictures of myself wearing some of the items that I'm selling, I think it just gives like a real life perspective of how it's going to fit on an actual body. Obviously, I can't model like every single thing that I buy because I can't wear every size, but the things that I can or that I think would look really cute styled, I model. And the way that I take my pictures is on this tripod. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like show the entire thing. This is the top of it, so there we go. You actually put your phone in here and then you can adjust this to all different heights. So it's pretty high right now. And then it also comes with a little remote. So it's a Bluetooth remote that you just connect to your phone, and it's got like a couple little buttons on it, and you just stand there, model your item, and then click this and take the picture. So the tripod is holding your phone, you've got the little remote, and this thing was really inexpensive. Like I want to say it was maybe $15 or less. It's very lightweight, you can fold it up, make it really small, and it also helps like if you're trying to take Instagram pictures of yourself, if you don't have someone to help you photograph. So I highly recommend this just because it's nice to have, like if you're working by yourself and you don't have anyone to help you with taking photos of yourself. So that is my third favorite. And then my next favorite is something that I think is really important to have as a reseller. So I am a big believer in business cards because you definitely want to be able to network when you're out there. People ask about, you know, what you're doing if you're out there like shopping to resell and they see you have all this stuff and you tell them you're a reseller and they're like, oh, where do you sell? You know, they might be a potential customer, so you want to have a business card to hand out. You might meet someone that has amazing style and you might want to do a closet clean out for them and go in and, you know, clean out their closet, be able to purchase some things to resell, and you want to have a way for those people to get in contact with you. And then if you meet other resellers, again, it's just like a great networking tool. I am going to a reseller convention actually this coming weekend, and I definitely wanted to have some good business cards so when I am networking and meeting the other resellers, they're able to find me and connect in the future, whether it be on social media or for them to be able to check out my store. So I just ordered some brand new business cards. I'm always changing the design on mine because I just like to have a different look each time. I don't know. I don't feel like you have to have the exact same style as long as it fits like on your brand. So I always order my business cards from Zazzle. It's a website. There's so many options and you can either create your own or you can use designs they have. There's usually coupon codes that you can use, so it's just a great place and they come super fast. So the ones that I just ordered are going to be these. So it actually has my picture on it. It has my logo. Whoops, I'm covering it. So it does have like a small version of my logo. And then on the back, this is what I put on my card. So it's got my name, Fashion Resell, all my social handles, and then it also has my email. So that's a way for people to know where to find me. It's super simple. It's kind of in your face. I used to use a picture on my business card like when I first started, and so many people would comment like, oh, I love how you have your picture on there, because I guess I'm my own brand, so it's nice. I'm gonna try that again. I will show you my previous business card from Zazzle. Was a lot more simple, and it had my logo just large on the front, and I used the square cards, and this was like more of a Poshmark focused business card, so it only had like my Instagram and Poshmark, my name on there. But yeah, they have different shapes of business cards, so you can use the square, they have traditional rectangle, you can use a pre-made template, make your own, but again, having business cards just handy in your pocket is super helpful. So I have been loving them, and I have been loving using Zazzle. So that is my fourth favorite, I believe. My next favorite is actually, it's not an item, but it's a feature. So you guys know I sell on Poshmark. I also sell on eBay, but Poshmark is like my main platform. It is where I started my reselling journey, and I just love it so much. And this month in February, they released a new feature that I have been loving. So it is a price, it's not a drop feature, they call it a price drop, but really what it is where you can make a private offer to people that have liked your items. So a lot of times people go through your closet, they might like a bunch of stuff, and then, you know, they might wait around to see if you're going to reduce prices, or they're just thinking about buying it. Previously, you could only make an offer to a buyer on something they had added to a bundle, which is just an extra step that a lot of buyers wouldn't make unless they were like thinking about buying it right then. So now what you can do on Poshmark is go through, and to any person that liked your item, you can make them a private offer immediately. So you don't have to wait till they add it to a bundle. It's great. There's a couple like stipulations, so you do have to do at least a minimum 10% off offer. So keep that in mind when you're pricing your items, that, you know, if you're going to be making these offers to people, it's going to be a minimum 10% off. And then also you do have to include a shipping discount with that offer, and you as the seller are responsible for paying that shipping discount. So you can either offer them a discounted shipping rate, which you would pay $1.49, and then the buyer would pay, or no, you would pay $1.50, I believe, and then the buyer pays $4.99 for shipping. And then the other option is you offering them free shipping, which means you would cover the $6.49 shipping fee, and that comes out of your fees or your total of earnings. So it's two different options. I think it's great. Like, you know, offering these discounts just really creates an incentive for the buyer to purchase right then and right there, and you know, it expires, I believe, in 24 hours, so it just gives them a little bit of motivation. So I have been sending out offers, and I have been getting great results from it. It's only been about 2 weeks, I believe, that I've had this feature, but I have really been loving it. I think I might actually make a whole video about it because I just love it so much, and I've been using it in a specific way. And so I think after like one more week of doing it the certain way, I'm going to go through like my strategy and how it's been working. I just want to have a little bit more of a basis before I tell you guys that this is something that you should try. So I say go ahead and test out the feature for yourself, and then I'll get back to you guys with more of a strategy of how I'm going to be utilizing it in my business. So that new price drop feature, kudos to whoever thought of that at PMHQ, the Poshmark headquarters, because I love it. So my final favorite of the month is going to be another thing that is not like a tangible object. I talk about this a lot over on my Insta stories, which my Instagram is @EMPTYHANGER. If you guys don't follow me, go check it out. I post in my stories all the time. But I love getting away from my house or my office and listing. So it's nice to get away from like your usual distractions and things that are going on if you can. And I prefer to go to a coffee shop and list. That is like my favorite place. So I go to either Starbucks, or there's like a couple local places that I really like, pop in my earphones, and then I just sit there and list, because I pre-measure all my items. I have all my photos in my phone. I talk about my listing process in another video, and it's nice because I can be mobile. So I don't have to sit at a computer and list in my office. I can go to the coffee shop and list on my phone, or I can bring my laptop. So if you do like listing on the computer, you could bring a laptop if you have that option available. But I just feel like I'm able to focus, and if I go to a coffee shop for 2 hours, I can get more done in those 2 hours than I can in 4 hours at home, just because I can really focus on it and I don't know, just be more productive. So if you haven't tried like listing or working away from your house, even doing other tasks like sharing or, you know, communicating with your buyers, things like that, try getting away from your normal space for a little bit and just see if you're able to be more productive, because I just think it has been such a great tool for me, and I've been doing it for a few months, but this past month I just noticed it even more because I just couldn't get everything done that I wanted, but when I went away from my house, I could. So those are my top either tips or like favorite items from the month of February. So February was a really short month, so I know I'm like a little bit late in getting this up, but I love sharing these with you guys. I hope they have been helpful and useful for you. If you have any favorites from the month of February, please share them down in the comments below, because I would love to hear them. I'm always looking to learn new things to help my business grow. So I hope again that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And also hit the subscribe button. The little bell notification tells you when I have new videos up. I try to post multiple times a week, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.